hello, and welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. On the docket today, we have Seeking Sister Wife Season 4, Episode 10. So many things could go wrong. Filler.
Oh yeah, totally. I was mad at this episode actually.
Filler. I mean, and the couple that we had the most with, that we expect the most from, who have been letting us down the whole season, it was all a nothing burger. And the
Yeah,
Epps
this was terrible.
had the least amount of content, but they actually gave the most, which was barely anything.
This was terrible.
Yeah, hopefully next week will be better. But who do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the Joneses.
All right. I feel like she knows what she's doing, meaning Ariel. She
Mm-hmm.
already knows about the fiance visa. She has a friend who knows how to get the ins and outs of doing it. She has her number queued up on her phone. They call. Tasha is, I know, look, Tasha wasn't first wife the first time around because he was already married and she was second wife. Now that they've been together all this time alone, he never married you, and now you're giving up first wife option and the legal option for marriage to Ariel, but you still feel a way about it. I hate them.
They're just annoying.
I hate
Like,
them. They weren't good last season and they're even worse this season. But you know what occurred to me? You know how I go off on tangents, right?
right.
I'm sitting here looking at this story that they're giving us, right? And I'm like, wait up, hold up. What if Tasha knew this girl through her job and she met her years ago? Tasha was like, wait, hold on. You want to get to the States? I'm going to find you a husband, but you got to hook me up with some cash. And then she knows that he's looking for a wife. Nobody in the States want him. So basically, she's like, I got a friend in the Philippines. She'll definitely want you. And she hooks the two of them up, and she gets the broker fee for the marriage, and he gets a sister wife for now.
Mm-mm-mm.
Is
They're
that
just a mess. I just, well, they're like, well, I love you, but I'm not sure if I want to propose, but I want you to come with me. It's just like a whole bunch of back and forth, which is not necessary. It's either you do or you don't.
well? What's his name? Sidian and Ariel's dialogue doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
And isn't he supposed to be the one to decide whether he's marrying her or not? Like, Tasha's already given her go ahead because one, she introduced you, and two, she said you could have sex, but you have to use a condom. What are you waiting
Right.
for? And oh, what irritated me, he said again, she's such a catch.
Yeah.
It,
Don't care.
it's like he doesn't, it's like he's never been in a real relationship before. Sorry. It's very juvenile. She's such a catch. Anywho, and what's that saying about Tasha?
Exactly. I was just about to say, like, this doesn't do much for Tasha.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that was them. Um, Hope this friend could hook her up because she seems to know the ins and outs of the fiance visa.
Right?
Who next?
Oh, who do you have love? Oh,
Foley's, Epps,
the
and
Foley.
Merryfields and
This
Davis.
this is all about them. Like, like we're making pupusas together. This is the kind of relationship I was hoping for when I entered the fold with Stephen and Brenda. Oh, this is nice. She's like, because having a relationship with Stephen would be near impossible if I didn't get along with Brenda. Paraphrasing. I'm like, this is a nothing burger. But they're talking about their houses they're building, like how April
Mhm.
doesn't know that it's for a polygamous family. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. I think he said she's not been to the site yet, which is okay. That makes sense though. He's all
Yeah.
like, are we? And he's there like, are we close to asking him to move in? But then Brenda's like, "Er." Before that can happen, we need to have a conversation. Like Brenda and her conversations are killing me.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, her conversations be killing me. It's always a conversation.
Wait, Sunway likes Tasha and Sidian. You do, Sunway?
That's interesting.
I've always found something like weird about Sidian. And the more that we hear from Tasha mother, I'm finding something weird about her too.
Right.
um, Not saying that porn king Nick is all of that great either, but ew. I think they're both slimy. Yeah, I didn't care about Brenda, April, or Steve. I didn't even care about the food. That says a lot.
Papooses this Papooses did sound good though.
Um, yeah, I'm not too sure I want anything food wise from Brenda. I don't trust her. I don't. Mm-mm. Anywho, who next?
Nick.
Oof.
Oh, but well, old girl is pregnant, which is pretty. I'm happy for them. I really, really like that. They're extending their family. It's pretty. Anytime there's a baby involved, like it's a blessed event, and they seem to be happy. But then they told Danielle, and she was like, "Oh, like that's wonderful, yada yada yada." But she's like, "Well, that basically takes attention away from me." I'm like, "Oof,
But hold on. Jennifer is 4.5 months pregnant.
right."
So she been pregnant. And they skimmed over that. There was a little inconsistency with how she took the test and poof, she's pregnant. I didn't like that explanation. 4.5 months pregnant, like no. Um, and April, the first wife, she ain't even first wife. The one that already has a child, the one he been
Hmm.
with the longest.
That's April,
She's
right?
April. Yeah,
Yeah.
April, Jennifer, Danielle. Okay, so April crying. I felt like she has been unable to give him a child in all these years, and that's why he brought in Jennifer.
Hmm. I can go with that.
But you have such a high sex drive, but your sperm is so weak. Cause you've been bumping and grinding with anything that has a vajayjay, and you just got her pregnant, and you couldn't get April pregnant in all these years. I feel April gonna have a problem.
But here's my whole thing. This is episode what?
10.
And we just now seen that she's pregnant.
There's a problem with the timeline. I told you, and it was from
Right.
their confessional. That explanation ain't make no sense. And then he keeps on hitting her belly. I,
So when they
anywho.
say she's pregnant, I'm like, excuse you? How come we just now finding out the timeline don't make sense?
Okay, Sunway says that Sidian was wild when he was young. Wild. Okay. And Susan says that Danielle needs to go. She will not handle it. She is already
No.
jealous.
Hmm. I agree with that.
But let's just call a thing a thing. She says one thing out of her mouth, but her head does a notation that's the exact opposite. Like if she's saying something that's in the affirmative out of her mouth, her head is shaking no. This girl is riddled with inconsistencies. I don't think she's okay with doing this. I don't think she's okay with sharing a man. I don't think she's okay, having sex with a man and then him getting up out of the bed, rolling over her and going fucking somebody else down the hall. I don't think she's okay with any of this.
Mm-mm.
So, like, anything that Danielle says, I totally ignore because it makes no sense.
No,
Uh,
it doesn't. Poor thing.
oh my God. Sunray wants to know, why does Danielle talk out the corner of her mouth?
Wow.
Oh gosh. All right. So, yeah, congratulations on the baby. Um,
Blessed event as
Mazel
always.
tov. Mazel tov. Yeah. You want to do the Epps or the Merryfields?
Let's do the Epps because
Yeah.
they were interesting simply because, well, he actually got all three women to meet together, which was great.
Uh-huh.
Kudos to
Uh-huh.
you. Um, it was pleasant conversation, but what's her name? Janae? She ain't with it. She need to
No,
quit
she
playing.
isn't. But
She
I
need to
feel
quit
like
playing.
but stop like meeting these people. You ain't down for this. You
Right.
ain't down for this. So stop trying to figure out why they are. Just know that you're
Exactly.
not down for it. To each their
Exactly.
own. And head recruiter Tamron, she did her best.
Right.
But you had India there fucking it up.
Right. India was gonna mess it up at every turn, though. We know that.
But this is why I say I don't think Tamron and India like each other.
Because they're always on opposite ends and never on the same page.
Mhm. And India forever gonna be that fiance because Tamron ain't gonna divorce him.
And I'm gonna need India to get her life together. And this is not to be
Man,
completely rude to her, but ma'am, how are you a fiance when he's married?
thank you.
I'm just confused about that.
You can't be a fiance if he's already legally married. So that's wishful
Right.
thinking on her part. And Sunway has a comment. She says, and this is Sunway saying this, I have noticed that Marcus Epps is very short compared to his wives. I say compared to everybody.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a minute though.
I
You've been saying it for a minute.
just want somebody to say it with me. Thank you, Sunway. He's so short. I don't understand what the appeal is with him because all right, let's not even talk about his shortness, okay? Let's not talk about his stature. But that complete Rastafarian bush underneath his armpits, and then the little beady bees that are crawling out of his vest shirt. It's gross. Who does that? Like, somebody get him a shaver for Christmas. I'm just saying. I don't see anything like if you are into this polygamy thing, you should be able to sell this shit on your own and not rely on your wives to do it unless that is their role as head recruiter and backup recruiter.
I got you.
Because how you supposed to be leading a flock of wives if you can't seal the deal on expanding your flock? I don't get it. But anyway, Janae is still interested about the financials and sex. They tell her, she said that he bamboozled her to come there and then drop it on her. And Tamron is like, but he could have kept that from you and got what he wanted and
Hmm.
then told you afterwards, but he didn't. So that's supposed to make him better? Really? Oh. And then there's one of them said, if you want to quit your job, you know that the rest of us here, we got you. Huh? If you quit your job, you're
Exactly.
putting yourself in an even bigger risk because then you ain't got no money to escape. I mean,
That
leave.
too.
I don't know. I don't understand why Janae came to entertain this. And
Yeah.
then he's still seeing Bina.
Right.
How many more people are we interviewing?
I wonder how many wives does he want? I think that's the main question.
Enough to fill both houses?
I mean, he already got a gaggle of kids, so I mean,
Oh my God. Well, anything else with the Epps? Like they were the shortest segment, but I feel they gave the most.
they did because they were much. It was really entertaining for him to drop Janae off. You
And
see how he
then
did that?
run.
Exactly. He dropped her off and ran.
Wow. But did you notice her assessment of the women, meaning Janae's assessment of the wives? What did she say about Taryn? Taryn is welcoming and India is the party one.
Right.
Huh? Okay. Taryn came over. I mean, India came over as the party girl to her. She's like the wet sock at home.
Right.
Okay. Hold on. Maybe he's very good at sweet talking. You think so, Sunway? He didn't show it with Bina or with this young lady, Janae. Sorry. All right, last but not least, we get to our old favorites who are very disappointing this season, the Merryfield family.
This was so disappointing. It was just ridiculous. I was this episode overall was hard to get through, but theirs was just such a nothing burger. Welcome to Brazil. Oh, so good to see you. I love you. I miss you. Like, I'm just so happy that you're here. I'm so blessed that God, yada yada yada. And the babies, like we tried to make the babies in like Mexico and God just wouldn't let it happen then. So I want to wait until I get to the US. And Daniel's like, yes, yes, yes. I 100% agree with Roberta, and I'm so happy to, to that she feels the same way I do. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. This
And
is
the
so bad.
interpreter from top to bottom is like, have been looking at the Merryfields, is
She
like,
feels
y'all
sideways.
nasty bitches. I don't
Yep.
believe in any of this. I don't believe in any of this. And all she's doing is crossing.
And
I'm
you're still like, what is this? And she just, the fact that she feels the way I do, it just makes my heart feel so good. I'm like, oh God, shut up. Stop it.
like, it makes her heart feel good until she hear the headboard banging that night.
Right. It was just so embarrassing. I had third hand embarrassment for them
Oh my God. Hey,
because
FM.
it was so sad when Daniel their boo horn. I'm like, are you serious?
Listen,
No.
Danielle want anybody to be on her side.
Hmm.
Anybody,
True.
and I mean, kudos to them for getting the interpreter. But did you notice the interpreter said this is going to be your home for the next couple of days? So they only flew all the way to Brazil, business class, to
Yep.
stay a few days?
Yep.
That is crazy. So Sunway
It's a,
says the Toy Story boy Garrick acts like a 16-year-old boy when he see Bert. Mhm. Um, okay, FM says I'm always weirded out when he cries for Bert in front of Danielle.
it's
Ooh,
weird. It's weird.
that's called. Yeah, miss. No worries. We understand everybody has their commitments at work. We're just grateful you're here, FM. Um, That interpreter probably thanking the dollars. Oh, thinking the dollars ain't worth it. I don't know. They're paying. Well, production is probably paying her.
Right.
Oof, I don't
But
know.
but the interpreter gave us the most content because the looks on her
Mhm.
face,
Mhm.
it was hilarious to me.
And
Like
when
she.
she was talking about their lifestyle,
Hmm.
oh, what was her name? Marcella? Marcella? I think she
Marisa
was.
or
I think
something
it
like
was
that.
Marcella. Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. But I think they do need a translator. I think it was smart of them to get the
Smart.
translator.
Yes.
Um, Especially considering they're saying the next meeting is with Bert and her mom, and they're
Hmm.
really forcing this plane ticket issue.
Right.
Why does it feel like they haven't spoken to Roberta about this? They need to get permission for the mom to let her go. That's
Right.
so weird. How old is Bert? 18? Like, no. She's old enough to make her own decisions.
Hmm.
I'd bounce away from them weirdos. Garrick, come on, man, just do right by all involved and be honest with Danielle.
100%.
The interpreter is against polygamy, but she's gonna make that money.
Exactly.
To use God or a religious aspect to divorce her is wrong as AF. Yeah, I don't know. But this should be interesting. Hopefully, the Merryfields will pick up before this season ends.
Exactly.
Well, that was it, y'all. They had all the families in this, didn't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they had all of them in this episode. Interesting. All right,
But
y'all.
they just knew they didn't have that much content. So they were able to fit them all in.
Mhm.
And that's how it played out too.
Um, so FM says, especially if you have kids with someone being honest, the bare minimum you can do. Yeah. Well,
Mm.
that's it, y'all. That's Seeking Sister Wife season 4, episode 10. So many things could go wrong. Um, you're more than welcome, FM. We love covering this ridiculousness.
Right? They just do the most.
Oh, and we're just here lapping it up. All right, y'all. So, one last show today. Join us at the top of the hour for My Big Fat Fabulous Life, The Return of Whitney, season 10, y'all. Can you imagine? 10 seasons of Whitney. I was all over the place emotionally with this episode. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, join us at the top of the hour if you can, so that we can talk about My Big Fat Fabulous Life. Is only okay, hold on. Is it only one last episode next week? Really? There's only one more episode for Seeking Sister Wife? Jamal, why didn't you tell me that?
I didn't know. I never go by what I see. I just wait for it to come out and wait for it to wrap up.
Oh, okay. FM is putting pressure on you. They're expecting a lot of your from your comments.
Child. Mm. Like I'll tell y'all my opinion when we get there.
Yes. And I'm going to give y'all a warning. I was a little bit all over the place. I was. Anywho, join us back here at the top of the hour. We cannot wait. Thank you so much for being so great in the chat. Wait up. I feel bad for her, and then y'all's bringing the facts. I need a reality check. Oh no, FM. I do love Babs.
Wait, how
Her
can you
and
not?
Glenn are the only reasons why I continue watching this show.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Love Babs. Babs and Glenn, they just crack me. And I
Mhm.
like Hunter too. I like Hunter too. Like I'll say it. I'll say it on the show too. But I am Team Whitney's family and Team Whitney adjacent.
Who's Whitney adjacent?
I'm not Team Whitney. Like I'm the people who kind of support Whitney to the side on special occasions. Like when she's her family, when she's with her family. My support, me being Team Whitney is conditional. Is what I mean. That's why I say I'm Team Whitney adjacent.
Oh my God. Let's have rotisserie chickens every time she says Frenchman. Yeah. Lenny is kind of cute now that he took a bath and groomed himself. But so is a stray dog. I'm just saying.
Not the stray dog.
I'm just saying. She has all these randoms around her that are just yes people. Let's just call a thing a thing.
Hmm.
Jamal has turned me on to that, seeing that for what it is.
Yeah, they're enablers.
Yeah, so whatever. So y'all, get your notes together, get your tissues ready. We gonna come together for Babs in the next episode, okay? I missed the episode, but y'all know the avalanche of the Frenchman is coming. Oh. Oh dear. Did Ashley dump her yet? I had okay, look, FM, let's talk about this. Let's come together for Babs in 30 minutes, okay? Come back
Right?
here at the top of the hour. Love y'all. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, we're good to go.
All right, so until next time.
Of course.
All right, bye.